Scorcher.
What's happening?
How goes it, sir? How are you? You well?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I literally was just writing just now.
Oh, for real? What, new tracks? New
Yeah,
music?
yeah.
What, while you was having your lunch?
Yeah, you know what it is? I caught a wave on Friday. I think
Mm.
Friday, and yeah, like I saw something on Instagram, and it kind of just gave me a little vibe. So then I just was I had a little free time, and I was just going through loads and loads of beats. Sometimes at the end of a project, you can kind of be or feel like in a different space as an artist than you was at the start of the project. And so certain like beats, or not even at the start, through the whole process. So like there's like, like certain beats, it's not that they sound different, it's just like you as an artist are in a different place at the end of a project. So the way you might receive the music or the things that might come into your head just could be totally different. So I was just going through loads of beats, and I stumbled across one from Shadow on the beat, and I've just been vibing with it. And then today, like some lyrics just started coming to me, so I've just been vibing with it all morning.
Good to hear that you're still right, man. There's some people that try to go on like they don't do that anymore. But it's the art, right? And you're what can I say? You are a veteran in this business, really. You've been around for a long, long time. The art form is I think respected throughout the UK, if not further afield. Talk about your new music that you got coming out and putting that together, what that kind of represents in terms of Scorcher in 2021.
For me, like it's been like a bit of a process, like I kind of had a break, a break from music, not by my choice. And oh, sorry, let me plug in this charger. Yeah, like I ended up having a break from music, not really by choice. And yeah, like I kind of went through a process of like just adjusting to making music again, and like finding my sound, and just going through life, and just even adjusting to normal life again. And my music just kind of reflected. It was like a bit of a journey, and then I kind of blinked, and I had a set of music, and it was like, okay, you know what, we've got something here, and I just thought, you know what, I need to just round out the rest of the project to give it like a complete sound. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the way music is at the moment, like the way music's consumed or purchased, like it's all fast. It's purchased fast, it's made fast, it's consumed fast. So then naturally artists start to evolve and make a similar approach to how they make their music. And I don't know, like that's not how, when I first started getting into music, that weren't really like something that wasn't a thing kind of thing. It was more like the total opposite. Like people were trying to like make masterpieces or classics or timeless music. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like I just want to make a body of work here that you can play. Like forget like what sound it is. Like forget like what's popping now or nothing like that. Like just can you play this? And for the majority of it, like just let it play. Like, do you feel like how I kind of wanted it is, okay, bro, if you like track one, like if you like track one, you might enjoy track two, and then just rather than just like a compilation of popping sounds that sound like somebody else's song. That's just not really, that weren't really what I was trying to go for.
It's almost, I was chatting to Tory Lanez the other day and he said the same thing. He said he's got an album coming out and he was saying that he just wanted to make something that's going to last forever, something that's going to last the test of time, because music, like he said, just seems to be very bubblegum now. It's like here today, gone tomorrow. And there's a whole generation of people that are all right with that. Do you think that that's generational then? Do you think you're just representing, like you said, your origin, your beginning, where you came from, because it were like that?
No, I don't think it's a like a generational thing at all. I think that just everybody's got different motivations, and certain things are more certain things are more popular at different times, but different things are more prevalent at different times. Like right now, it's not about so much the quality. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it might be about like the intensity, like how frequently can you put out music, you know, or what does the song look like on paper before we hear it. Like and that's just the times that we're in. Like there's no point sitting down and complaining, or, you know, like calling one thing wrong, or, oh, this is an old gen, a new gen. It's just life. You just got to evolve. For me, like, I just proper feel like if I make dope music that represents me, the times that we're in is irrelevant. Like if it's now, if it's later, if you're young, if you're old, none of that don't really matter. Music's just vibration.
What do you hope in terms of the success of this then? Do you hope anything, or where are you when it comes to putting out a project? Because like I said, times are very different, things are very different. You're kind of feeling your way back in with this, I guess, right? How do you, what constitutes success is what I'm asking you.
For me, the number one objective of this album is when you play it, you want to hear the next one. That's the number one objective here. Like when you hear this, you're already sold on the next one. That's my aim. That's my aim. Like that's what I want my music. I don't want my music to be some rah. I was knocking this week, and that's like, nah, I'm not interested in that. Like I'm not really interested in the now. Like it's bigger than that for me. I feel like as well, where I got kids and that, I feel like I just want to put out like music that like we can all be proud of. Like, you know what I mean? Like solid bodies of work, like right, like that's that, you know, that yeah, it's kind of, you know, and I proper do feel as well like in concentrating on myself, like it's allowed me to kind of develop certain sounds that even though they fit in with what's going on now, they're not limited to only what's going on now. You know, I feel like a lot of music at the moment feels very time specific. Like it feels very like this is gonna sound bizarre in like, give it 3 years, go back and play that song, it's gonna sound bizarre. You know, I think there's a lot of music like that. But everyone's got their lane, and get me, I just got to enjoy mine.
You mentioned being a father. Mm-hmm. How's that impacted on you? And just as you grow, you know, how's that role changing who you were? Because I know it's changed me, you know what I mean? So
you know what, like weirdly, like for me, kind of like it added responsibility to my music. Like not like not so much limiting me on what I can and can't say, but more so you can't really put out shit music. more than anything, you know. Like I just imagine imagine like there's, for instance, like I've been offered certain acting roles and that I had to turn down. And part of my thinking, like in turning down roles, was like, I don't know how that's going to impact my children, like at school or whatever. You know, you don't really want to be like, I don't know, giving like ammunition to people trying to make their life hard or whatever. You know, you want them to feel like, that's my dad. You know what I mean? In a positive way, which is like what the case is now. So yeah, it kind of added a responsibility. Like you can't really, you can't really have shit music on the internet. Sorry, excuse my language, but you can't have whack music on the internet. You know what I mean? And your kids are surfing the net. It's all crazy.
Yeah, no, for real, I get that. I didn't think about that because I'm not an artist, innit? So yeah, I get it.
You know, like everybody thinks it's everybody goes like straight to the deepest level, like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
you know, now you gotta set a positive, whatever. Yeah, there's all of that, but also on a real normal thing.
Just day to day.
Yeah, man. You're like for the most part, like my kids, like they kind of I don't like bring like music stuff to them, but like I might bring them here. Like I took my daughter to like a video shoot and involved her or whatever, and she's happy about it. But that's the space I'd rather be in than dad, man. Like, do you know what I mean?
Acting. I remember actually the last time we spoke. You won't remember, but we was outside the premiere of The Intent, and you was standing there and you killed that role, bro. Like,
Thank you.
You smashed that role. I remember leaving the cinema and I thought to myself, like, you was really like one of, if not the standout for me. I was really impressed, you know, and it just got me thinking. Obviously, say you've been away through no fault of your own. How is the aspirations in that respect? You still aspiring to be the actor that I thought at that point you could go on to be? You mentioned you turned down roles, and also, how was your perspective changed having, you know, been away for a little while?
With the acting, like I was so fortunate, like in like coming back. Like one of the first opportunities I got was like to work with Steve McQueen on Small Acts. So that was like boom. BBC One. I was just so grateful for such a big opportunity to show what I could do, and it was so nice to do something away from all of the stuff that I've done up until that point. Like you know, acting like some old man in the 70s. Like this is just crazy or whatever. So that was a proper nice experience, but more than a nice experience, it was a big opportunity. And from there, like I just kind of started getting opportunities like casting directors and producers, and yeah, just started reaching out and I started doing I started kind of taking an active role again in pursuing acting, and it's been a good journey, man. Like I can't complain, man. It's been a good journey. Like I've been on BBC One, Channel 4, like just work just is. But more than anything, it's like it feels good the kind of roles that I'm being considered for now. I did something for Comedy Central. I did something for Comedy Central about Len Johnson, a boxer, like first black world champion. But it's just even being considered for things like that. These are things like that. They're kind of projects like I'm kind of honored to kind of be involved in. So yeah, like acting is definitely like something that I'm pursuing, enjoying, and it's weird with acting because the age I'm at, it's not really lots of times in your life when like you get the fun that you get of doing something new. And even though for me, like acting is something I've done before, whatever, in terms of like my approach to acting now, this is a new journey, and it's not like if I don't know, say you're a street rapper, like the shelf life is usually only so long. Or say you're a footballer, you know, you can usually the shelf life is. Acting is one of those unique things where you could do it in theory to your 90s. Like, do you know what I mean? We know 70-year-old actors, so I'm kind of aware like that this is the proper start of the journey for me, and I'm just trying to just enjoy it and take it for what it is. Like when you're
let's speak some stuff into existence then, my brother, because you clearly love it. I can see it on your face. You're lighting up, bro. So in terms of what you would love to achieve, or you'd love to see your name ring out, and let's talk as soon as next year. And I'm not telling you to divulge anything that the agent's working on or is in the works, but movies and people you'd like to work alongside and with. What does that look like?
In terms of movies, like, okay, I'm shooting a movie. I'm in a movie being shot in January. That's like we're working. But in terms of like aspirations, like I'd love to see myself in a scenario where I'm selecting the type of roles that I'd like to do. It's not so much about the size of the projects, like, oh, Hollywood blockbuster, which is definitely something that, like, that's a level that I'd love to reach. But there's certain types of like cinema that's my goal. Like, being like, sometimes I watch things and I think, like, this isn't like the most, I'm pretty sure like the actors haven't made the most money that they've made in their career doing these type of projects, but like, I don't know, like random stuff, like the film like No Country for Old Men. Like, this is like the kind of thing I'd love to be in. Like, I'd love to. I saw The Harder They Fall. Is it The Harder They Fall? Yeah, I watched The Harder They Fall the other day, and I thought, like, this is dope because it's a new take on something, and it represents us. I felt like, this is a cowboy film, made by Black people for Black people, and it's actually dope. And I thought, these are the kind of interesting projects that I would love to be a part of. Like, that's where I'd love to take it. Because I was thinking, when I was watching, I was like, they say country and Western, yeah? Because it was made for people that kind of are into that sort of thing. But if a Black person was making it, it would be like reggae and Western. It would be reggae music and Western. And so in the film, like, it was reggae music and cowboy stuff happening there. But I was just thinking, these are the kind of interesting things that that's where I would like to get to. It's not so much about the money and the fame or that stuff. It's like interesting projects, you know. Like, yeah, that's kind of where I want to take it.
You've always seen, obviously, like a creative. You've been a part of crews, cliques, movements. Like I said, I'm of a similar age to you, so I've seen your growth and I've seen your transition. The other day I watched Tion's documentary and I saw the respect, you know, and the reverence that was there for you and just what you were saying, right? And I see how that generation responds to you. So I wonder, as we approach 2022, my brother, what words of wisdom have you got for them in terms of how they're setting their mind, patterning up? And I'm not saying that you're preaching to anybody. It's more gems that, you know, maybe if you'd had someone like you to drop them to back in the day, what can you do? What can you drop for these youngsters? And how are you patterning up for 2022? What matters to Scorcher?
Do you know what I would say to them? I'm not really somebody that, like, I don't really like to give advice because I don't feel like I'm in a position or place, or like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm that voice. But what I would say is take your opportunities. Take your opportunities. There's so many. Like, the same way people look outside and for criminal opportunities, we're in a unique space right now. A lot of the mindsets that people had towards doing things on the street, they're actually beneficial and approaches you can take to hustling and actually getting legit money in this current time. Like, times are very, very different now. If people applied themselves the same way to some kind of career or whatever, and I'm not just talking in entertainment, like across the board. Right now is like a crazy time of opportunity. Like, every day you're seeing some new idea that somebody's had, and a lot of the successes that I'm seeing, like, I've probably been seeing like for the last 2 years or so, it's just people being innovative and actually just going out there and applying themselves. Like you're seeing like people find creative ways of making careers out of Instagram, just posting stuff, TikTok, just in their house with a ring light like this and just speaking. You know, like there's literally so many things you could do. Like I started a podcast, and a season later of just talking about football, we're sponsored by Manscaped. I'm not a football analyst. I just speak about, you know, things from my own perspective. But nonetheless, somehow we've cultivated a little following for Armchair Gaffers. And I just feel like in this time right now, there's just so much opportunity. Like you don't need a record label if you want to be an artist. Like you can just quite literally make music on your phone, on your iPhone. I shot a video the other day. And for one of the songs on my album, Hoopty. And two of us, we got another song together that was there, and we was playing it. So we was playing it, and we was kind of just, the man was just vibing, just messing about, whatever. And so we was vibing so much, somebody started recording it. It's a new day though, obviously. So iPhones, you know, they like shoot up to 4K and all that. So I looked at the thing and I was like, oh. But bearing in mind, there's that video, so there was multiple, you know, people filming from. So someone was sending me, you know, like after a video, they might send you all the photos of the video, shoot day, whatever. So I'd seen these videos. I thought, one day I was just in my house, like I had a little bit of free time, and I thought, you just play around with this. So I loaded up all the different little clips and that, and just started editing it. Like I shouted my pal Michael, big up Michael, genius director, videographer. And he was like, yeah, like just da-da-da-da-da-da. So I gave it a little cut. And then afterwards I looked at it and I was like, could I put this out? Because what it was is for a song called Big Shot, which quite a lot of people have kind of spotlighted as a song that they like of the project. So I thought, oh, maybe I could anyway. And then so I'd made it and shown it to a couple of people, and they were like, oh, right, you got to put this out. I was like, oh, this is mad. I just done this on the phone. So I've hit up an editor that I know and got him to do some VFX, and lo and behold, I just ended up making a video just from camera footage off my phone. Point being though, you can literally do anything. You can do anything right now.
No dramas out now. For those who didn't know, Armchair Gaffers, come and disappoint everybody in our sports and tell them what team you support.
Tottenham Hotspur.
I say disappoint everybody. Everybody that listens to my interviews regularly will know I'm a Spurs man, so you know it's all good. Kindred spirits. Maybe you'll be performing down there one day, you know, or shooting a video. That'd be nice. Great.
Do you know
stadium.
what? Do you know what? I did something, I think in 2017.
I think I remember stuff.
Yeah, I did like a little thing for Match of the Day, like almost like a little freestyle, but like a little song for Tottenham. But it was dope. We got to go to the stadium, go all around the area, and kind of just show them where we go when we go to games, that sort of thing. It was dope, man.
Yeah, no, it's good look. So for those who ain't picked that up, go and pick that up and listen to your podcast. Anything else you want to share with the fans before you go, Scorch?
I got some. When you listen to the album,
what's your favorite track off the album? What's your favorite track?
I don't have one. It chops and changes.
Oh, for real? You go from. I loved what you put out with Akel. And I mean, I thought it demonstrated the side of him that, you know, I don't really get to see that often myself. I'm not a hardcore fan of them, so I'd say that much. But I thought it was a great complimentary track. Recall, right? So,
do you know what it was with the song with Akel? Like it was that maybe it was a song that we needed to do. Like it was more of we need to do this than like that's the song's like powerful, it's real. Like that's some real shit, being honest.
Yeah,
But,
that's why I understand your point when you're talking about, you just want people to like the next track. Like I listened to that and I thought, okay, this ain't the same beats per minute that I've been hearing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Do you know what though? For me, I think it's not really a track thing. There's like parts of the album I like. So like the Machine Baby interlude. That verse is one of my favorite verses. That's why it's not even my verse, it's not my song, it's nothing. It's a freestyle of him, but like what he's saying, I was like, this is so sick. I need to put this on my album. He's not even putting himself out there as an artist as well, but I just had to put it on my album. There's a verse from Ramsley on Call My Phone that I love. That verse is sick. And do you know what I like? I'm not even trying to blow my own toot my own horn, but the verse on ACG, if you know about football, if you understand football, I like that one. That one there, I need to get on Rap Radar because it's over their head. You get me?
Surely. All right, my brother. Listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Like I said, I've watched your career. I know the influence. I know the journey. So yeah, it's good to see you keeping it going, and not only that, just evolving that creative. Whatever in you, that's creative. It comes out, brother, and we see it. Yeah. So the same advice that you're giving to everybody else, take it yourself if you're not doing it already. Take every opportunity, brother. You know what I mean?
Bro, when I tell you we're on the go right now, trust me. Trust me.
Bless for your time, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Nice interview. Thank you, man.